Hi guys, it is a billion degrees outside, of course. Dubai, what's new? We're gonna be talking about how your environment shapes your whole entire life. This is what high-level successful entrepreneurs understand, and that's why they grow very, very fast compared to the rest of the world. The places you live in, the countries, places you visit, the people that you're around, that all makes a huge difference in either your success or why you're actually failing today. So right now, I'm gonna be explaining the psychology on how your environment can literally change your life forever and how to be intentional about it. So let's go grab some coffee because I'm so tired and I want coffee. So let's go, besties. So let me actually explain what happens once you change your environment. What happens to your brain? Number one, your brain starts normalizing that environment. So let's say you're someone from a small city, or you've never seen the nice hotels, the nice cars. You've never been in a Rolls Royce, in a Lamborghini, if that's something that you love, in the nice homes. The more frequent you actually get in these things, whether it's maybe renting it for the day, you have friends that have these things and you get to experience it, the more your brain's gonna look at it as the first time, it's gonna be like, oh my god, this is a huge big deal. It's my dream car, it's amazing, I can't believe I'm in it. And then after a while, you almost become numb to it and you forget that this is such a big deal. So your brain starts making it normal. And once your brain starts making something normal, it will almost manipulate itself to believe that you can have it too. And that is the whole point of exposing yourself and changing your environment to see what's actually possible. When I was living in Saudi for 18 years, I never saw around me women that are working and achieving and, having high status in their businesses, making millions of dollars. Matter of fact, I never even saw men even making millions of dollars because I was very closed off. Again, I was like 0 to 18 years old. So I only saw my friends that are literally in high school with me, parents, and then their friends, and no one was making millions of dollars or making the crazy money. So I was never exposed to any of that. I had to change my environment. So when I moved to Canada, that environment shift where, wait, women can actually make money. And then I started realizing that women can actually make $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month. And that was like a huge number for me back in the days. In the beginning, it was like, wow, what do you even do with $10,000? And then you get around these people and you're like, wow, they're literally very similar to me. They're not smarter. They're not more talented. They just chose paths that actually pay them a lot of money. They stuck with one thing and they went all in on it. From there, I actually started working with a community of women and men that were 6 figures and 7 figures. This is why I always say, pay your way to get into communities. So I had to pay for a program to be around these people that were suddenly making $25,000 a month, $50,000 a month, $250,000 a month. And I would look at them like, oh, so that's normal. In the beginning, I was like, wow, I look up to you so much. You're probably the smartest person. The longer I actually hang out with them, I'm like, oh, I can get the same results if I do what you guys are doing. It's not that hard. And my brain started normalizing. And this is where the delusion comes. Now, delusion doesn't happen just suddenly if you've never been exposed to people making money, if you've never been around these luxury items, that luxury city, that luxury income, that freedom. Your brain can only comprehend whatever it actually sees. So if it never saw that before, how would it even be delusional about something that it has never experienced or saw before? So yes, I was delusional, but only because I saw people that in my eyes, I'm like, you are not that talented and you're doing all of that. I can do and get that too. So that's really where it comes down to. When you are delusional, you have to change your environment in order to be delusional. For it to be normal, your brain needs to look at it as a normal, because if it's normal, then it is achievable. And that is the goal with changing your environment. So basically what you actually end up going through is something called cognitive dissonance. You feel almost like you're out of place initially, like I don't belong here. And this happens to a lot of people when they are in environments that everyone's making a lot of money and they're not making that much money. And it happened to me where I'm like, oh, I just want to go back to my old friends because we were all the same level. And you almost get dragged. But then I reminded myself that I am probably I'm facing this psychological discomfort because I'm raising my standards to a whole nother high standards. And of course, my brain is gonna feel like it is not comfortable. My emotions is gonna feel like it's not comfortable. And that's why it's gonna try to sabotage it. But when it sabotages it, I need you to stick with it, stay in the places that make you uncomfortable, that make you like feel that almost burn, almost like anger, like why am I not where I want to be? And this could be my new reality if I do the things that I should be doing when I learn from these people. You are going to be experiencing discomfort. Just know that that's just your brain trying to pull you to something that is comfortable, because your brain craves comfort, because that means it's not working and your brain wants to rest. Your job is not to listen to your brain. Your job is to tell your brain what to do and how to act. So I'm not about to listen to my brain. I am the master of my brain. My brain is not the master of me. Let's make that very clear. So my brain can think whatever it is, it can feel whatever it is, but guess what? I'm gonna tell it we're still gonna do whatever we have to do to get to where we need to go. So I just understand that my brain is probably tired and it wants rest and it wants old habits and comfort. But guess what, honey? Not today, not tomorrow. Matter of fact, not even the next 5 years. You're gonna grow. And then my brain's gonna thank me later once we make a lot of money and I give it all the rest in the world. So it's fine, brain, you're gonna survive. Now let's talk about locations that can strategically accelerate your business growth. And you have to be intentional with all these things. The first and foremost, cities. The city that you live in will play a huge role on how much money you are going to be making and how much success you're gonna be getting. So when I came to Dubai, basically a year ago, I used to live in Canada, if you guys don't know, for the past 7 years, and then I moved to Dubai a year and a half ago. I was making good money, amazing money, right? But it was not life-changing money, because there, if you see a Lamborghini, it's like, oh my God, it's such a big deal. Like, it is literally such a big deal that you don't see it that often. That's number one. Let's talk about a Rolls Royce. You don't even see a Rolls Royce. Like, probably there's 1 or 2 Rolls Royce in the whole city that you see. In my city, and I was in the main city. I was in Toronto too. Like, that's where the money really is. When I came to Dubai, I started going to that gym that I go to, and somehow the valet is literally every color of Rolls Royce out there in the dealership is parked in the valet. Brabus, Mansour. I didn't even know what Mansour is. I got to know what Mansour is in this city. That's how bougie this city is. If you look right now outside the street, every other car is either a G-Wagon, is either a Bentley, a Rolls Royce, a Lamborghini, a McLaren. Like, it exposes you to money is not real and it's all in your head. And literally, there's luxury everywhere, from cars, the nice houses, the nice mansions. Everyone's watch is like a Richard Mille. If you don't have a Richard Mille, if you don't know what a Richard Mille is, it's basically a $500,000 watch. If you don't have one, you're broke. So to Dubai, I'm broke. But I guess I'm broke. But it's literally a $500,000. Imagine wearing a Rolls Royce on your hand. That's the level. Once you start getting around all of this, in the beginning I'm like, wow, I am so poor. Like, I'm literally poor in this city. Meanwhile, here I am making well over $1 million a year, and now we cracked even way more. But this is what I'm saying. When I came here, I was making $1 million and I felt like I'm on top of the world. I came here, I'm like, oh, people make $1 million a month, and it's not even that big of a deal. So it raises your standards to life, to money, and you start realizing that there is way more money, way more success to be made. But that only happened when I came here. And literally, in just a year and a half, my business and my income has anywhere from 4 to 6x, 400 to 600% growth in a year and a half. Wouldn't you think it was worth it for me to leave all my friends, all my family, all the things that I'm comfortable with, my hair salon, my nail salon, where I go, my gym, to come to a city where I know nobody, absolutely nobody, and then feel very uncomfortable, but then suck that pain in and literally roll with it, work so hard, not be so distracted, and achieve everything that I've achieved and make that return in literally a year and a half? What do you think? You think it's worth it? Absolutely, it's worth it. And I knew that when I was coming to Dubai, that it is the city that is gonna expose me to so much network, a very high-level network, but also a lot of money, a lot of opportunities. People here are hungry. They wake up every single day. They want to hustle. They want to grind. They want to make money. And that's what I love about this city. I'm going to continue the second thing. Actually, we ordered our coffee because we are actually here. I'm good. How are you?
Okay.
Iced Americano, please.
You want to try with Arabic coffee?
Arabic coffee?
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you. Wow, I opened the window for 2 seconds and I feel like I melted. Thank you so much. Can I get straws?
Yeah. This.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye bye. God bless them. So I love people that work so hard, but they're still happy. Like, it just makes you be so grateful for what you have in this life because they don't have much, but they're still happy. They're still ending their day with a smile to every single client. I think that's inspiring, actually. Anyway, I can go over a rant. That actually made me so sad because why is he so happy? I'm happy that he's happy, but why is he so happy and I need to be more grateful? Oops! The second thing that I want us to be intentional with is being around high achievers daily. So whether you work at a coffee shop, whether you are someone that works around people that do the same business as you, make sure daily you are surrounded by high achievers because that will make you hungrier, that will push your drive even more. Now, another thing is expensive locations, restaurants versus cheap locations, restaurants, coffee shops. Be intentional with these things. If it's gonna cost us an extra $2, $3 to go to a nicer coffee place, that they're gonna charge us a little bit more, but the ROI is worth it because the network of people and the exposure to luxury, you start normalizing. Like, yeah, coffee can be $10 and that's fine because I'm not gonna pocket penny watch because that's my goal is not to make an extra $2, $3 a day. My goal is to make an extra $20, $30, $40,000 a day. I cannot get to my big goals worrying about my small little pennies that I'm trying to literally save. It's impossible. If you have big goals, keep your eye on your actual big goals. You start focusing on the little things, it will just distract you from actually getting to the big things in life. So, guys, we need to go wash the car. So, we need to do a car wash because I literally washed the car yesterday. It's already dusty because we park it outside because it's literally a spaceship. Dubai is very dusty. There's literally sand around the whole car. So let's go wash this car so we can actually see its true color because right now it looks gray when it's actually navy. So the most powerful thing about changing your environment is that you actually start believing what is possible also for you. And here's the trick, okay? The longer you hang around people that are successful, you start realizing that, I mean, they are smart, but they're not that special of human beings and people. And you will start realizing that they're also ordinary. They love watching TV sometimes, they mess up sometimes, they're goofy sometimes, they're lazy sometimes, they're literally just another human being. And that will make you realize that if they can have it, I can have the same experiences as well because we look at humans as almost equal, guys. Like, no one is better than me. The only difference is maybe they know information that you don't know it yet. Maybe they've done habits that you haven't done yet. And that's why they are in a position that you're not in yet. And keyword here, yet. So here's the time, of course it has to do with neuroscience, that your brain starts being like, okay, again, this is normal, this is achievable, this is attainable, I can reach it. I see this person, the steps, I see what they did, I can do the same thing. There's now a roadmap that I can follow that basically gives me the hope that I need. And if you have hope, you're gonna have delusion. If you have delusion, you will make it happen when no one believed in you. You know what happened with me, guys? From the age of literally 21, I was, of course, in the community with so many successful entrepreneurs, learning about investing, learning about the financial markets. A lot of them were making 20K a month, 50K a month, 100K a month, 200K a month. But you know what was my thing that I've always believed in? If there's an event a successful person is throwing on, I will book my flight, I will book my hotel, I will pay for the VIP ticket for that event and show up and learn while everyone else is Afnan. Why can't you just focus on your business? Why do you always want to go to these events? But I understood. I have already saw what the maximum of wealth I can see in this community. I wanted a whole different level that I have not seen in here yet. So I had to always go to events, masterminds, make my vision even bigger. And then boom, I've had friends that had Rolls Royces and I sat in their Rolls Royce and I'm like, I'm gonna have a Rolls Royce once. Now, it did not happen a year after. Maybe it happened 3-4 years after, but is it still worth it? Absolutely. Because the people that were judging me for going to these events, for wasting money, for someone that just wants to be, out and about in these places, out and about, not wasting time, like out and about at events, now they're still driving a BMW. And no shade to BMWs, but they're not in the same tax bracket. Let's be very, very real. Make sure you are exposing yourself to the luxury. So here's the time frame for actually when you're gonna start feeling out of place or actually comfortable with luxury experiences. So week 1 to 2, let's say you are staying in a 5-star hotel, you're gonna feel very out of place. Like you don't belong there. You're very careful in what you do, what you say, how you act, how you dress in the 5-star hotel. Now, month 1 to 3, you are still gonna notice the luxury, but you're gonna feel definitely more comfortable. You've been around it, you know the rules of the luxury, how to act. Month, I would say 4 to 6 is when it actually becomes normal. And then now you look at 3-star hotels, like they are cheap and they're not up to the standards. Now that all will force you to want to make more money, to want to expand your vision, to want to learn more skills to make $1 million. Like you're gonna almost force yourself. Once you saw it, you saw a new reality. You don't want to downgrade back to your old reality. That is probably the most hurtful thing that you can do, is experience a reality and then downgrade your reality. And that's basically what exposing yourself to luxury actually does. So let me explain how you can actually start using this psychology immediately and benefit from it. Number 1, you want to start visiting and experiencing luxury places, luxury experiences. Now, while still being grounded and not overspending on things that you really cannot afford. So while still being grounded, while still being realistic about where you are, but using it as an aspiration on where you can actually end up once you get to your goals. Now, you also want to observe without having the pressure that you need to buy it all. So when you walk into a luxury designer store, it's okay to look around, literally just shop without really shopping, just with your eyes, to see the prices, to understand the budgets without really shopping. It's not illegal. Even rich people, we go to stores all the time and we look around and we don't buy, because I don't have to buy if I don't want to buy. And you're gonna have to be okay with me at a store and me not buying. There's no pressure or shame for you not wanting to buy something or for you not being able to afford something yet. Use it as an aspiration for something that you look forward to in the future once you achieve your goals. So with that being said, guys, your environment is programming you every single day, whether you like it or not. But is it programming you for failure, or is it programming you for success? Is it programming you to think that $1 million is not a lot of money, to think like that some people in this world are literally making $1 million a day, and here we are thinking $1 million a year is hard, let alone $1 million a month is hard? I need us to understand that money is just paper. It's just a tool. It is a valuable tool. It's a very expensive tool, but your value should be so high that money comes to you all the time. That's why we're not going to exchange our time for money. We're going to exchange our value for money. So as a woman, I need you to become a very valuable woman where people feel like, oh, I'm only paying her $30,000. I'm only paying her $40,000 to work with her. That is a steal. Like, I'm getting a huge discount, but people will only get that if you are extremely valuable and they know that you are gonna give them an insane amount of return on their investment. Like, when someone wants to spend or pay you $20,000, $30,000, $50,000, that's just the cost. But what's the value for that? You're gonna help them, maybe, for example, right, make $1 million. Technically, is it worth it? No, it's not worth it. You're actually gonna look at it like, this is the cheapest thing ever, and why are they crazy that they're only charging me that much? Now, how do you get there? You learn skills that make you different than everyone else, that makes you unique. So be very, very intentional with your environment. And if you need a community, an environment where high-level women that are talking about money, talking about business, talking about investing, helping each other go viral, learning from me how to go viral and how to monetize your social media, where this is work, where you don't have to live a life where you're counting the dollars for the coffee that you're about to pay because, oh, it's $2 more expensive for this coffee. I should have went to my other coffee shop because it's not that expensive. No, No, it's $2. That will not be what we're gonna be worrying about. We are not pocket penny watching. We want millions of dollars. So if I lose $100, matter of fact, if I lose $10,000, it is not a big deal because my goal is millions and millions of dollars. So stop pocket penny watching and looking and how can I save $1 too? That is not gonna change your life. What's gonna change your life is you actually making more money, is you actually becoming so skillful, so valuable that people wanna pay you the big bucks without you having to save $1 or $2 for coffee. So cheers to, how much was this coffee?
I don't even know. I didn't even look at the price.
Yeah, because I paid. That's why. That's why you didn't look at the price, and I never look at the price. You could tell me it was $50, and I wouldn't even know. I just tap. Apple Pay paid for it. With that being said, guys, I hope you are gonna get around people, better people. Check the link in the description or message me if you want to get into a community of women where we help you actually make money. We help you change your life. We help you scale your business to start making $1 million and then scale that business with systems and teams that we're gonna give you to $10 million business. I love you guys. Change your environment, be intentional, get around luxury, and maybe get in a Rolls Royce. I love you guys.